What if the person you were about to marry wasn't who you thought they were? What if the love you trusted most shattered before your very eyes? This is the story of Daniel, a man who had everything, wealth, power, and a future that seemed so perfect, until one choice to test the woman he loved left him broken. Stay until the end, because the way this story unfolds will stay in your heart forever. And if stories like this touch you, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more inspiring tales. Daniel Weston was the kind of man most people could only dream of becoming. At just 32, he had inherited his father's multi-million-dollar empire and grown it even larger with his sharp mind and relentless discipline. Despite his wealth, Daniel wasn't arrogant. He had a quiet, kind soul, and a longing for one thing money could never buy: true love. That's when he met Clara. She was beautiful in a simple way. Not dripping in jewels or wearing designer dresses, but glowing with charm and laughter. She worked in an art gallery, and her love for colors and life made Daniel's world brighter. Their love story seemed like something out of a movie. Dinners under the stars, long drives with the windows down, nights of whispered dreams about the future. Clara often told him she didn't care about his money, that if tomorrow he lost it all, she'd still be there. Daniel wanted to believe it with all his heart. But deep down, the shadows of his past haunted him. He had seen too many people change when wealth was involved. He had seen relatives betray his father, and friends disappear when fortunes shifted. That fear lived inside him. And so, as their wedding drew closer, Daniel made a decision he would come to regret. He would test Clara. It started with a small lie. Daniel told Clara he had injured his back and needed a few weeks to recover. She was attentive, sweet, always by his side. But then he took the lie further. He told her the doctors had discovered complications, he might never walk again. At first, Clara gasped, then hugged him tightly, whispering that they'd get through it together. For a moment, Daniel's heart soared. Maybe he was wrong to doubt her. But the days passed, and so did her patience. Caring for him wasn't glamorous. She began to complain about how hard it was, how exhausting. One night, thinking Daniel was asleep, Clara called her best friend. Her words cut deeper than any wound. "I can't do this. I can't marry a man who can't even walk. What kind of life is that? I'd be wasting my youth. I wanted a husband who'd travel with me, dance with me, not a burden I have to push around." Daniel lay frozen in bed, tears burning his eyes. He had never felt so betrayed. The woman who swore she loved him no matter what, the woman he was ready to give his life to, had just revealed her true heart. But the test wasn't over. He needed to know if it was just frustration, or something deeper. In the following weeks, Clara's visits grew shorter. She made excuses, long work hours, family emergencies, but Daniel knew the truth. The laughter in her eyes when she first entered the room was gone. Instead, there was irritation, pity, even disgust. And then one evening, she broke the last piece of his heart. "I'm sorry, Daniel," she whispered, not meeting his eyes. "I can't do this anymore. You deserve someone who can handle this better than me. I'm not strong enough. I can't marry you." And just like that, she walked away. When the door closed, Daniel felt the silence crash over him like a storm. He had tested her, and she had failed. But instead of feeling vindicated, he felt broken. He realized the cruel irony. He had given her the stage to reveal her true self, and she had. The woman he loved wasn't the woman he thought she was, but life has a way of mending broken pieces when we least expect it. Weeks later, Daniel visited the hospital, walking, fully recovered. As he rolled through the corridors on his cane, he noticed a nurse who always had a gentle smile, no matter how tired she looked. Her name was Emily. She never treated him like a wealthy man or a patient to be pitied. She spoke to him like he was human, like he mattered. She laughed at his dry jokes, encouraged him on tough days, and once, when she thought no one was looking, tucked a blanket around an old man in the waiting area. For the first time in weeks, Daniel felt something stir in his chest again, not the glamorous spark Clara once gave him, but a steady warmth. As days turned into months, Daniel got to know Emily better. She had no idea who he really was at first, and that made her kindness even more real. She wasn't dazzled by wealth, she was driven by compassion. When Daniel finally told her the truth, not just about his wealth, but about his heartbreak, she didn't judge him. She simply said, "Love is never proven by tests, Daniel. It's proven in the small choices we make every day." Those words stayed with him forever. Eventually, Daniel and Emily grew closer, their bond rooted in sincerity. He learned to trust again, not because Emily promised him forever, but because she showed him love in actions, not just words. And when he finally asked her to marry him, he didn't feel the need to test her. He knew. The story of Daniel is a reminder for all of us. True love doesn't crumble under hardship. It endures. And sometimes, heartbreak is not the end, but the path to finding the love we were always meant to have. So if this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Because life is too short for fake love, and the greatest treasure